Okay, so your next step is to sew the shoulder seams. Here's your facing to your back neck facing. Now, some of your jackets are not going to have a back neck facing, and it will just, and your lining will go right up to the neck. If that's the case, you'll be sewing your facing to your linings, and then you'll be putting your collar on. But this one, our sample here, has a back neck facing. You can also make a back neck facing on your jacket pattern if you want, but a lot of them don't have this. Okay, so you're going to sew those. So we're going to, first you want to stay stitch your neck edge, and then you want to sew the shoulder seams and press them open and trim them to 3/8. So get them to this point. Okay. Then we're going to sew our upper collar to our facing. Okay, so that's what makes this collar so unique, is that we have sewn our under collar to the jacket. Now we sew the upper collar to the facing, and then we join them together. So, okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to match your center back. So I'm just going to put a pin here. I just fold it in half to find my center back. And then, now this doesn't have a lot of markings on it, so I'm actually going to put a pin here in the middle of it too, where the center back is. Okay, and so then I'm going to put right sides together. Okay, so I'm going to match those up. Okay, and you'll have more markings on your collar than we do. We just kind of have the bare bones for this sample. But just go ahead and match that all up. Okay, and your notches will match up. Okay, and you're going to match. Here's the dot on the facing, and now again I am going to mark. Okay, all right, so now I'm gonna keep pinning. Actually, what I'm going to do now is jump over to the dot, and I'm just going to put a pin right in the middle there and put a pin right here at my mark, which is now a permanent mark, which yours won't be because I used a felt pen. But it's a sample. Okay, so there I have that. Okay, and that worked good. They both match up. And then I'm going to kind of, from the dot to the shoulder seam, now I'll make sure everything matches good. And I'm pinning from the collar side, but I may end up sewing it on the other side. Okay, so now let's go over to, let's go ahead and pin this. I'm going to pin this to the shoulder seam. Get that. And then once I get to the shoulder seam, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to the dot again. I'm going to go right through the middle of this one. And remember, this has to be very accurate. And again, terminated seams that we're working on. So I'm actually going to keep those together while I sew here. There, and I look, and I've got it. And now I'm just going to kind of, I've got to kind of ease the collar into the facing side. Now, again, yours may not have that back neck facing, so it'll be more putting in your lining first. You're attaching your lining. Okay, so now I have that.